It's like been through enough to be vinegar, but you still remember the sweetness of honey. Hi y'all, welcome to the video. I'm so excited. Today we're going to be doing a scented time capsule. We're going to be exploring my vintage perfume collection. I'm so excited. This is another version of me continuing to review all the fragrances in my collection for you. I'm loving vintage fragrances right now. I'm seeing a huge trend in vintage fragrances come up more and more, especially as new fragrances come out, and they are starting to remind so many people of the beautiful fragrances that came before them. And so let's get started. This is a nice long one, I think. I've got some notes. Let's go through it. But before I do, let me talk about a fragrance that I completely forgot to mention last time, and that is the Kim Kardashian Pure Honey fragrance. So in my last fragrance video, the celebrity fragrances video, I talked about all these celebrity fragrances, but I left out one of the most talked about celebrities in the past 10, 20 years almost. And that is Kim Kardashian's fragrance. And I got this Pure Honey Eau de Parfum. I got this at TJ Maxx for $17, and I'm so happy that I found it. As you can see, there is a huge dent in this. And this perfume is so nice. I love the older episodes of Keeping Up with the Kardashians because you really start to see the gritty behind the scenes of the beginning of reality TV. And I love reality TV. If you're new around here, you can watch my video on the secret lives of Mormon wives. And you can also watch a few other videos of mine where I talk about the Real Housewives. They are so much fun. Love watching them. They are truly my coworkers during this time. Honestly, Real Housewives of Atlanta getting me through. And now, this is a whole tangent, but right now, since Real Housewives is like on almost every day, there's a new episode coming out from Potomac, New York, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Real Housewives of Orange County. They just did their reunion. They're going to do part 2. I love me some drama. I love me some juice. And speaking about juice, back to the fragrance here with Kim Kardashian's Pure Honey. This is so nice. I love the top notes. It's freesia, it's honey, and this is just a very nice everyday scent. To me, this smells kind of like the sassy little sister to the Lady Gaga Fame fragrance. So where Fame by Lady Gaga was, it smells almost like mature because it has powder, it has that honey, the incense, so it's really smoky. This has honey, so honey I think adds a very, it's an animalic, it's an animalic note. And so some people don't like honey, but if you are interested in honey but you want something that's a little bit more light and maybe not so in your face, this could definitely be a way to go. I've gotten so many compliments on this. Even my abuelita, speaking about vintage fragrances, she got me one of them. She's helped me a lot on my fragrance journey, being my inspiration. But my abuela, she loved this. I sprayed this. I love combining this with Mugler's Angel Elixir, the dark blue star. So yummy. So this adds a lot of light, airy, flowery honeyness on top of that really sexy, sultry fragrance that's very like vanilla, but it just feels, I feel like I'm in my grown-up era. I'm trying to be a grown-up baddie, you know? And so, yeah, this should have been in my celebrity fragrance video, but I'm glad I'm talking to you about it now. And it's not a vintage fragrance, but it is a throwback to 2013. Now that we've got this out of the way, let's kickstart the actual vintage fragrances. So, scented time capsule. Here are my fragrances. Ooh! We're gonna go in reverse chronological order. So starting with the newest, younger fragrances, going all the way back. That means that we're gonna start off with Fragonard's Belle de Nuit. I've been keeping up with my Duolingo, y'all. My French Duolingo. So catch me commenting on beaucoup de légumes. This is the 15 milliliter of Belle de Nuit. So this was released in 2001. I feel like this is older. I was having a hard time coming up with the exact dates, but Fragonard is one of the original, if not the original, fragrance houses. I was lucky enough to be able to go to Paris last summer, and I got to go to the Musée des Parfums, got a tour of this beautiful museum, and Fragonard has a store there in the museum. I got a set of Fragonard fragrances for a pretty reasonable price because these are the Parfums, so these are the most concentrated fragrance formula. So this is at least 20 to 24% fragrance oil. So with Belle de Nuit, I love this scent so much because of course it's tied to Paris for me. Ooh, so when I'm talking about vintage fragrances, let me give more context to this video. In talking about vintage fragrances, I'm talking about fragrances that are at least 20 years old. So fortunately or unfortunately, that means that anything released 2004 and previous is a vintage fragrance. So in that way, I'm like trying to think like maybe I should have included Cool Water by Davidoff. There's a few other fragrances that are missing from here, but these are the classics that I immediately pulled out when I thought of this video, okay? And so vintage fragrances are usually thinking about the trends and how things have gone. We're going to be seeing a lot of powdery, purple flower notes, which I think go really well in terms of lasting a nice long time, being pretty neutral overall. Powdery fragrances tend to just smell clean, very light. Depending on the situation, depending on how they're paired with other notes, they can come across as almost heavy and church-like, which honestly, if that's for you, I'm here for it too, because I love something that's strong, that gives presence, you know? And after spraying one little spritz of Belle de Nuit, I'm bathed. I'm bathed in this. The aura is amazing. So this is a great fragrance that I would totally wear to church, like wear it, like if I'm trying to command presence, Belle de Nuit really hits on that. And Belle de Nuit meaning beauty of the night. Usually it's like a pretty girl of the evening or a night flower. I don't know. As y'all know, I'm not French. Anyway, let's move on. So Belle de Nuit, it does give nighttime. It also, to me, smells very much like a strong woman. No matter what she's doing, if you're wearing this in the office, it gives strong, you can trust me vibes. It gives warm hug. It gives, you can lean on me. Discipline. The person who wears this knows what discipline means. And it just is so nice. I love that. And it's just a very classic fragrance. And I'm really happy to have this in my collection. There's gardenia, ylang ylang, rose, violet, dried plum, musk, and woody notes. And so it's exactly that. So it's warm, powdery, a little bit of floral. Honestly, mostly powder and soft musk is what I'm getting. And so, as I'm saying, confidence, but kind of quiet. This is like the strong silent type. You don't have to say very many words because they already understand. It's like, what's understood doesn't need to be explained. That is very much the vibes that I get from Belle de Nuit. Now, let's talk about two fragrances back to back. Let's talk about Gucci Rush 2. I have both the Rushes, and Gucci Rush 2 is so cute. I love the packaging on this, and this fragrance, I love this. I wore this when I got engaged. For me, this is a sister of my favorite signature fragrance, Mugler Angel Nova, and pink, this is very pink. This to me is sexy astringent. And I'm going to say very similar to Gucci Rush, but I do prefer this a lot more because it has a more fruity notes. It's much more, it's been a long time since I've smelled Fabuloso, but this gives those vibes. Like this gives bad girl vibes. You could wear this to the club. You could, if you are, like, if you have your own, like, aesthetic, if you don't mind wearing pink to the office, you could totally wear this. And I love the combination of the fruit with the citrus. So that deodorizing aspect with the, what fruits are in here? So it's freesia, lily of the valley. Lily of the valley is part of that, like, astringent. I don't know how else to describe it, but maybe medicinal. Freesia is one of my favorite notes. I just love how light it is, and it is very similar to like that fruity type situation, even though it's a flower. Rose, palm tree, which is a palm, I think smells very sour, and so that combination of the sweet and the sour and the medicinal, it smells like the cute girl who just cleaned her room to have people over. Like, she lit a candle after just cleaning all her floors, and she's like, yeah, I'm cute, I know it, my house is cute too. This gives if you had to clean your room before you could ask your parents if you could go out for the evening, you grew up and wore this. That's the scent. It's so flirty. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. But it's, again, since it has that kind of sour tang to it, it's not overly sweet. So I enjoy it. This is from 2001. So it just hit Y2K. Gonna party like it's 1999, and then it was 2001 and this came out. So beautiful. I love this. See, huge den. I want to get more of these. I want to stock up because the memories are just so strong with this one. I think this one's great to wear during the winter too. It's a little bit cooling. So this followed Gucci Rush, and Gucci Rush in this gorgeous red bottle. It's funny to me that these were advertised as for women, which I'm still getting more of a grasp on the history of fragrances, but to me these almost, like, I would love to smell this on more men. I just think that all fragrances are unisex, so on and so forth, but I think it would just be very unexpected, or these fragrances just have such strong appearance to them that I feel like someone kind of slicked back with short hair, like leather jacket, like I could totally see this next to some aftershave. I'm like, I say as I need to pluck my witch's hair, but I love this masculine fragrance. It's very much in your face, and this is very similar to Gucci Rush, but it does not have the fruitiness. So Gucci Rush came out in 1999, and this gives more sexy, cleaner. Again, this is like make cleaning attractive. This does that. So there's peach in here, but it honestly smells a little bit more like Play-Doh. The patchouli, the vanilla, and the vanilla is very strong. So this is not my absolute favorite, but I do enjoy it. I would love to, I don't think I've had my partner use this before, but I think he would like this. It just has a little bit of sharpness. It's not as juicy, or it's not as fruity as this one, even though it has the peach, which peach is so fruity, but again, it smells more juicy than fruit. You know what I mean? Hopefully we're understanding each other. The bit of coriander gives a little bit of like a body odor vibe, but again, that's like that musky, warm, it just adds so much depth. And so the kind of person who wears this is complicated, and I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. That's why I got this, okay? So this is from 1999. Gorgeous. You were partying like it's the end of the world while wearing this, probably. Gorge. Next, this one I've talked about a few times, but I'm going to talk about it again, and that is Vivienne Westwood Boudoir. So here is Vivienne Westwood Boudoir, and the cap, gorgeous. Everything about this just screams elegance. With Vivienne Westwood Boudoir, this just smells like a very attractive, confident woman's bedroom. Spicy flowers. This just smells so lovely. The marigold, which is a bright yellow flower that adds so much lightness, is grounded with the powdery hyacinths. There's cardamom, coriander, cinnamon, which again adds to a little bit of that, I don't want to continue saying body odor, but it's again like pheromones. It gives pheromones. And there's aldehydes in here, which is very strong, very apparent in a lot of vintage fragrances. And this little gem, I need to be saying the years on this first. So this gem is from 1998. So all my 1998 girlies, raise your hand. And it's just so yummy, so delicious. The person who wears this gives amazing advice. Like anything they say, I'd just be like taking notes, because they definitely have their life together. Yeah, they know what they're doing. If they're giving advice on flirting, I'm taking notes. I'm like, yes, tell me how to flirt more with my partner. Okay, whatever you say. This next beauty is from 1994, and it is Elizabeth Arden's True Love. Look at how pretty this bottle is. I adore this. The name caught me, and then the notes also pulled me in. There is apricot, peach, freesia. It says green notes, iris, rose, orris root, heliotrope, lily of the valley, and jasmine. This is very soft, incredibly soft. This is barely there. So all you girlies who wanted a light flowery version of Glossy AU, check this out, because this is not very strong. It doesn't last very long. So if you want something that's unobtrusive, maybe you like fragrances, but you want something lighter because other things might give you a headache, I recommend checking this one out. So light. There's a little bit of depth in there. The jasmine really does it for me. The jasmine supports the peach, the freesia, and this just smells so sweet. I adore this. I think that this fragrance is perfect for the ballerina types. If you wear tights and skirts and flats, totally for you. Like, this is for fairies completely. Like, this is something that I feel like Glenda the Good Witch would wear. So light, so cute. I don't wear it that often because it is so soft, but I do enjoy it, and I think it's so sweet for all my brides out there who generally don't wear fragrance but want something a little sweet. It says True Love on it. It's so cute. Like, I think that this would totally be a really delicate wedding fragrance for someone just wanting something like that. Also from 1994, let's talk about Cacharel Eden. I've also talked about this one before, and this little gem, I want my partner to wear this. I want more men out there wearing women's fragrances. Sometimes men's fragrances, I'm still dipping my toe in them because I'm trying to explore more of what's there, because a lot of colognes tend to be like very powerful, and I'm very interested in like, okay, like how do you layer these? Like, how do they smell? Like, how do they go with different body chemistries and everything? Y'all, don't be afraid. If you want something a little bit more complicated than pine trees, because it's like, honestly, it's like lemon, bergamot, patchouli, vetiver, pine, which like, it smells good. But if you want something more, check something like Eden out by Cacharel. Don't be afraid, y'all. Don't be afraid. Or if you're looking for a fragrance for your partner, I think that this little cutie, where is this? Where's the cap? I think that this little cutie is fun and creative and will look so cute next to all the products. This is 1 fluid ounce. I feel like if my partner really wanted to, he could probably travel with this. So here's Eden, taking you to the Garden of Eden, y'all. Immediately, the lemon, the bergamot, the orange, peach. So you're getting that sharpness, a little bit of juice from the peach. There's water lily, which is again more sharpness, a little bit astringent, cleansing. This smells very cleansing. Pineapple, lotus, coming in. It's again sharp, acid, juicy, and to me this just smells so attractive, very strong. Whoever wears this has strong opinions. They got something to say. Maybe they're thinking about something, they're stewing, they listen more than they speak, but when they speak, it leaves a ripple effect, you know? The person who wears this like has something to say, and maybe this will give them the confidence to go ahead and speak their truth, you know? It's just complicated having the patchouli. It says black locust. What's that? Sandalwood is soft. Cedar is also soft, but also like warm. Vanilla to round out the whole thing. This person is someone very well traveled. Green, so luscious. Love it. I love it. So if you want something that smells very verdant, very luscious, go for this one, Eden. Take yourself to the Garden of Eden and enjoy this. Very, like, this person reads books. They travel. Ugh, amazing. Going off that, another wonderful, very green, luscious fragrance. This one is from 1991, Salvador Dali Laguna. I've talked about this before on my channel. Again, if you want to hear me talk more about it, you totally can. Here's another video. I've said it before and I will say it again. This fragrance will immediately transport you to Miami. You're wearing like a very skimpy outfit and it doesn't matter because you're stepping into like a Maserati, a Ferrari, loud music everywhere. They want you, like, you don't have to wait on your name's not on the list and they're still letting you in. They're like, yes, you. We want you. Come here. Amazing. Amazing. It gives car freshener vibes, but in the sexiest way. Like brand new cars, like brand spanking new. The bottle is just divine. 1991 coming through with the fresh hits. Pineapple, lemon, grapefruit, which is light, jasmine, rose, the coconut. The coconut in here is part of why I say Miami, because it's tropical. Musk, patchouli, amber, cedar. If you are a Leo, if you want everyone to stop and look at you, if you want to know everyone that you stand on business, this is a great fragrance for you. You just smell rich. You just smell like money. You smell like money, okay? Like everything you do is new. Everything is brand new. Everything's fresh. Like they're rolling out the red carpet for you. And this, I think, is a better dupe, a better version of YSL Libre. I love me some YSL, as we'll see later on in this video. YSL Libre is not my fave. I've smelled it a couple times. I feel the lavender is just too strong in my opinion, but this, I think, adds like an interesting twist on that. So if you like Libre, but you want to be a little bit more unique, you want to be a little bit different, go for this. Or if you also like Miami Nectar, check this out because this gives very similar vibes. It's not as heavy on the sunscreen, and this is, again, still a lot more depth supported by that patchouli, the tonka bean. Ugh, amazing lasting power as well. Yeah, convertible. Sun's shining on you, or it's like late at night and everything's going oonce, oonce, oonce. Amazing. This one I was tempted to include in my celebrity fragrance video, but I decided against it. And I'm glad to be talking about it here because this is Mackie by Bob Mackie. This bottle, look at this bottle. Elegant, gorgeous, unique. It just looks so gorgeous standing on my bedside table here. So beautiful. This is an incredible compliment getter. It's unbelievable how many times I've worn this and gotten so many compliments. It always surprises me because this is less than $50, totally a steal, smells so expensive. This is just such a beautiful fragrance. I can't even start. It's peach, pineapple, and raspberry on the top notes. The ylang ylang, tuberose, orange blossom, honeysuckle, jasmine, sandalwood, vanilla, amber, and cedar. With the base notes being sandalwood, vanilla, amber, and cedar, it's still not very heavy. It's not going to take you all the way down. It doesn't get as heavy as oak moss. It doesn't get all the way down there. So it still feels pretty light. So it's still very everyday wearable. That's part of why I just enjoy this, because I really do think that this is an every single occasion appropriate situation. You can wear this to the club, you can wear this to brunch, you can wear this to church, you can wear this to a business meeting. Whatever you're doing, this just will make you smell elegant, well taken care of. It just gives so much like aura to the space. Like, oh, like I'm excited to see what she's doing. It's lightly sweet, not too sweet. Like grown, has some experience. It's like been through enough to be vinegar, but you still remember the sweetness of honey. Just delicious, delightful. Wherever she's going, I'm following. And I've just been obsessed with this one. This has been in my daily rotation lately. It's been hard because when I pick fragrances for videos, I always gather them together in a basket and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to do a video on that. I'm going to do a video on that. I'm going to do a video on that. And it prevents me from grabbing it. But this one I was like, I have to have this out. I have to have this out. It just looks so cute. Look at them sitting together. I think that this could layer well. It's just so soft, so juicy, so sweet, but still like, it's like 70% strength. So rather than being like, or like, everyone's like, who is that? Who is, no one's going to be doing that. No one's going to be sniffing in the air. They're going to be like, oh my gosh. Like you're going to walk past and like, you smell amazing. What is that? Or like, you smell so good. Give me all of your life advice. That's what this does. And it just is so cute. I love just like everything about this. I think that this just gives strong and delightful. And the fact that it's still reasonably priced is so nice. This right here, there's just something about a vintage fragrance that brings elegance to even the frumpiest of sweats. Just elevates it. You could be wearing the frumpiest sweats and wear this and people will still be like, they know what the heck they're doing. They know what they're doing. And I love that about this. Talking about knowing, let's speak on knowing things. And from 1988, we have Estee Lauder Knowing. This gorgeous fragrance right here. So good. Now this is powerful. This is very strong. You only need a little bit. There's aldehydes in this one, so it again adds a bit of sharpness, heaviness, oak moss, patchouli. There's civet, which comes from, that's like musk from a beaver. So again, this is very powerful. But then the top notes are mimosa, coriander, melon, mimosa. So it's very citrusy at the top and it has a lot of spices, bay leaf. Dorothy from Golden Girls. If you're a real one who watched Golden Girls, please let me know down below. Please, I love Golden Girls. Dorothy from Golden Girls definitely wore Knowing. She definitely did. Strong, confidence, knows what they're doing. This is another fragrance that I think that men should definitely try to get interested in, because if you want to know something, like this person, like they've seen it all, they know what they're doing, they can be trusted, they'll handle it. They spend time around books, they enjoy a good hike, or at least they enjoy the pleasures of a very rainy day. This smells like a road trip, first thing in the morning after the heaviest storm. It's sunny, but it's been raining and it just smells so fresh. It just feels like renewal. There's been, things have been trudged up, the sediment, and it's just like bright, clean slate ahead. You may have not known, but now you're knowing. Beautiful, gorgeous, love it, love, love, love it. I'm so excited to wear this more, especially as the weather continues to get colder, because this just adds so much warmth and it just feels so strong. I love that. I'm surprised because we are running through these fragrances so quickly. I'll be hitting on this classic that I think is getting a resurgence. I saw an amazing ad with Margot Robbie in it, and that is for the 1986 Chanel number 5. Y'all, are y'all hearing the earthquake right now? So this is a classic vintage bottle. My mom gave this to me. And I've actually gotten another bottle of Chanel number 5 as a gift from my aunt as a wedding gift. And I can totally understand why, because Chanel number 5, similar but different to some of these fragrances, the woman who wears Chanel number 5 is a boss. She makes her own money. She doesn't want to hear your unresearched opinion. She wants to hear straight facts. She has the receipts. She has the timeline. She already did it. She already crossed all her T's, dotted her I's, checked it twice, and sent it off for review. And if you're not looking at it and if you're not doing your job, she's not hearing none of it. She's not hearing none of it because she already knew. She did the research. That's how strong I feel about Chanel number 5. This is so different. I had a hard time connecting with Chanel number 5 because it is so earthy. At first, when I interacted with it, I thought it was very similar to like men's fragrances. I was like, excuse me, this is not for me, because again, in my mind, I only want to smell like raspberries and sugar and apple blossom, lychee, and woods. That's it. Like, I just want to smell like super juicy, sweet pink. I want to smell like pink. And the girl who wears this smells like a boss, okay? She's got things to do. She's got better things to do with her time. And I just love the resurgence of this. I think that it's awesome that new, younger audiences are learning about the mystique of Chanel number 5. I know that there's been several reformulations. Again, I can't really speak to that because I've got this vintage bottle here. I'm very fortunate. Thank you, Mom. But I think at its essence, it's still very similar because it has the sandalwood, the oak moss, which again takes it there. Oak moss is so strong. It is so pungent, but it adds that wet, that dampness that adds so much depth, so much complexity. So there's ylang ylang, aldehydes, neroli, which is orange blossom. So that light citrus. There's also peach in this one. So peach was just all the rage. Everyone wanted to have that juicy, juicy peach in their fragrance. Rose, jasmine, iris. So iris adds a little bit of that powderiness. So does lily of the valley. It's just beautiful. This is very strong, very confident, powerful. You spray this and you turn into Margot Robbie in a castle overlooking the view. I don't make the rules. That's just how it works, okay? I love this. I would totally wear this to a job interview. I would wear this every day, as in like, yeah, you will respect me. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's like, you know you're good because you've already done it. You've been around the block. You've seen it all. And you're ready to shake things up. You've seen how people have been handling it, and you're ready to take over. Now, winding down in my last two, we've got YSL Paris. YSL Paris is so pretty. So this is my mother's signature fragrance, and I will always have a soft spot for it, but also YSL has, with this, they have just made the most perfectly complex fragrance smell so simple, which is so shocking because there are some fragrances are very simple and they smell incredibly complicated and you're just like, oh my gosh, like I can't even. And then there's some fragrances that are so many notes and they smell so simple, and sometimes that can be fun, sometimes it can be a headache. And then with this, they have just encapsulated like the warmest, softest hug from your mom. And your mom is like so sweet and so strong and so soft and like feminine and magnetic. And like feminine is again more that magnetic energy. It's not about being like frou-frou or whatever. Sometimes I'm a frou-frou ass bitch, okay? And this just gives like, it's okay, honey. It's fine. I always had your back. Like, that's what this smells like. And let me spray it and smell it again and tell you more. So this has bergamot and violet, which is... So this fragrance I use so sparingly because it is discontinued. You can definitely still find it online at certain retailers, but I just never want this fragrance to go anywhere because it just smells so incredibly divine. Like, I know that when I become a mother, I want to hose this down. I want my children to think of it, like think of me when they smell it. Just like how I continue to buy as many discontinued bottles as possible so that way I can also gift it to my mom because she loves it still. It smells like the most amazing hug. Like, it's very powdery, so it's soft. It has that lime, which is tart and inviting. The rose adds that sensual softness. And the sandalwood is, again, strong, but it gives a soft landing. It's almost a little bit sandy sandalwood. Like, I don't want to say it's tropical, but it again adds that like soft lightness. This just has so much elegance. Like, she whispers and everyone's like a hush falls over the room. Yeah, I feel like I should definitely come out with fragrances that's like, I'm a mother. I am a mother fragrances, because I feel like I'm not a mom. I'm a cat mom, but I'm not a mom like that. And as I grow up and I appreciate my mother more, I think I would just love to come out with a collection of, or I would love to show y'all a collection of fragrances that really remind me of that kind of like soft strength, warm, and like just like sexy appealingness, because it's just like, if you're fortunate to have a mom or a mother figure who really like nurtures you, like, you're so blessed. And it's just amazing to kind of encapsulate those vibes into a fragrance. And since smell is such a strong sense and it's so tied to so many memories, this for me will just like end all be all be one of my top fragrances ever. My last fragrance is almost 50 years old. It's 46 years, from 1978. This is Anais by Cacharel. So this gorgeous little bottle right here. So pretty. This was from my abuelita, from my grandmother. This is my second fragrance ever. It followed Davidoff's Cool Water. And I remember I was turning into a young lady and my grandma gave this to me. And this is a powder bomb in the best way. And this is so many this is so many notes, and yet it smells so simple, which I think is beautiful, because when it just hits that chord, like when it's almost Christmas. I grew up in show choir, so I'm very much like missing that Christmas chorale vibe. And so when it just hits that beautiful chord, it sounds like one sound, but it's very many. White lily, hyacinth, honeysuckle, lavender, bergamot, lemon. That's just the top notes. Lily of the valley, lily, jasmine, carnation, honeysuckle, tuberose, ylang-ylang, iris, rose, and orris root. Orris root adds quite a bit of creaminess. Oak moss, it's nice and deep in there. Incense, musk, leather, sandalwood, vetiver, cedar, patchouli, and amber. This smells amazing. If you are fortunate enough to still have your grandmother in your life, I would suggest to you to get this as a gift for her. I wonder if she might remember it. I mean, honestly, it's nice to get a gift for your family members, but something like a little scent capsule. When you give someone a fragrance, you are basically gifting them that, because they will have that memory and it'll be like captured in time. And just seeing how the trends evolve over the years is just so amazing and cool, seeing how far we've come and seeing how things are so reminiscent of the past. It's just, again, light powder. This is like, if you want to impress people who are older and wiser than you, I think this is totally the way to go. It's very not fussy. It's not fussy. It's just clean, no nonsense. Like, if you enjoy bobby socks, like the little white socks with lace on them, you would totally enjoy this. If you like the idea of Elizabeth Arden's True Love, but you want something a little bit stronger, definitely go with Anais. This is very demure, very mindful. That is all the fragrances I have to show you. If you haven't checked out Chanel No. 5, I would totally recommend smelling it and seeing what you think. I want to know, like, if you've smelled it before and you love it or you hate it, please comment down below. I want to know your experience. I want to know when you first heard about it. There's so many mentions of Chanel No. 5 throughout pop culture. I want to hear everything you have to say. And then I totally want y'all to check out the Mackie by Bob Mackie fragrance. I totally forgot to even mention all the other stuff, but Bob Mackie is an American fashion designer, and he has designed for many celebrity women. I think he designed outfits for Cher, for Tina Turner, these glamazons, and he's very well known for creating silhouettes that very much emphasize the hourglass figure. And so when you see like fringe skirts that go kind of like this, so like the legs are here and they just kind of like cut along and emphasize. I'm like, how do I say that? They emphasize the V. So like they bring that kind of teardrop shape up. I'm going to see if I can pop a picture of a Bob Mackie outfit and you will instantly recognize it, hopefully. Bob Mackie, I think, is also referenced on Drag Race quite a bit as well. So if you like Drag Race, totally check it out, because this is an affordable fragrance that took me by complete surprise. I got this blind buy. I was just like, okay, like that's just a few dollars. Like, I'm growing my collection. Let me just pick this up. We'll see what it's like. And it's just astounded me. So yeah, check Mackie by Bob Mackie out. And that is my fragrance time capsule. Please let me know all the vintage fragrances that you have in your collection. Let me know about vintage fragrances and perfumes that have deeply impacted your life. I would love to hear your scent stories. Were any of these your signature scents? I would love to know. I've read some very amazing comments from some of y'all on my fragrance videos, and I really appreciate it. Y'all are so sweet and so kind, and I just appreciate y'all so much. Thank you so much for watching. Let me wrap this video up. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Completely free. Enjoy my content. And let me know that you liked this video by hitting the thumbs up. And yeah, make sure to check out all my other videos. There's going to be descriptions down below. Y'all, I cannot talk today. It's been I've been kind of having a hard time, so I haven't been wanting to film. But chatting with y'all, I feel so amazing, and I always do. Y'all are the best. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.